The Disaster Artist is directed by James Franco and it stars James Franco and Dave Franco as Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero respectively. It tells the story of how they met, how they got to be friends, and what their dreams are of being an actor and an actor-director, and how they got to Los Angeles and how they got to make The Room, the experiences behind the scenes, their diverge in opinions, their friendship, all leading up to the premiere of The Room in July 2003. The Room is a cult classic that has grown throughout the years and got to the knowledge of the masses, and it has become by far the best bad movie ever made. This film captures that scenario perfectly. It also captures the friendship of these two characters perfectly. James and Dave Franco share great chemistry on screen, which is natural since they are brothers. What the movie does is make you understand both these characters, their mentality, where they came from, despite Tommy Wiseau being a very mysterious character. He is this larger-than-life personality that you can understand despite all the mystery that is behind him. The movie does dive a little bit into that, but it keeps the mystery, as in real life, it only knows the information that the movie delivers to you. And James Franco is mesmerizing playing this character. He really did a fantastic job. This is not just an imitation or a parody of Tommy Wiseau. He captures the very essence of what this man is. He becomes this character completely. You can see it's James Franco, but you are synced into the performance so much. It's undeniable the work that went into it. And the movie itself, much like Franco in his performance, does a great job at balancing the parts in which you laugh at and the parts in which you laugh with Tommy Wiseau. The film becomes endearing and inspirational in the sense that you see this man trying to make a dream come true, not only for him but for his friend, because everybody's telling him he cannot do it, and then you see the inspiration that he takes from certain places and certain people to make sure it does come true, to make sure that the people telling him no will be proven wrong. And yes, we all know that Tommy Wiseau has said since the premiere that he always intended to make The Room a very bad movie, a very dark comedy. It's a dark comedy, that's what he says. It isn't, but at the same time, he really is the best result that we could ever get, because now we have this film that is also inspiring. And the first scene in this film captures that perfectly. It captures who this character is, who this man is and always was, what is behind him and his motivations and what he wants to do in life. And you cannot help but respect that. The film also counts on many supporting performances from many great actors who are friends with James Franco, but of the people who were involved with this process. And it was very cool to see how they captured the behind the scenes process of making The Room. And you have recreations of scenes from The Room that are framed to the last detail. They recreated scenes so perfectly framed, just like they are in The Room. I had a genuine smile of happiness in my face throughout the film. And the film is hilarious. Again, it perfectly balances when you laugh at and when you laugh with this story and these characters. And it had me in stitches throughout. And there are points in the movie where I found myself really heartbroken for either Tommy or Greg, because these two guys go through a harrowing journey, either together or separate. What the characters say and do in this film, it really is a personal telling of what these people, and I bet many others, go through in trying to achieve their dreams. But this is not a film about you can achieve your dreams if you want to, if you fight for it. It's much more a film about if you have a dream, you can fight for it. You might not achieve it, but this one man fought for it in such a unique way, in such a way that is denying himself that it is unattainable, that yet somehow in a twisted manner he did achieve his dream. This film will make you look at The Room in a very endearing way, because these characters and this story, they do have a lot of charm, just like James Franco clearly has a lot of passion and love for Tommy Wiseau's story. There are a couple of instances in the film where I find myself a little bit taken out because the score was trying a bit too hard to tell me how to feel instead of letting me sink in the emotions of certain scenes. Because again, there are certain scenes that are heartbreaking, but I found myself listening to the score and being a little bit too overwhelmed by what it was trying to tell me how to feel. Nonetheless, James Franco kills it directing and acting in this film. It is an endearing, inspirational, and heartfelt telling of one man's chase for his dream and his friendship with the one man who wrote the book who inspired this film. The Disaster Artist showcases one man's passion, paying tribute to another man's passion and achieving of his dream in a very unique way. And it has the soul and energy of an artist spread throughout, and I cannot deny that it is the stuff that dreams are made of. What did you think of The Disaster Artist, my beautiful geekies? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? How do you feel about The Room, one of the best bad movies ever made? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. In a bit, I will have my review for Darkest Hour starring Gary Oldman. Can't wait to see you there. And so until then, you stay beautiful, you stay geeky, and if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and the bell so we can be geeky united.